Hello, beautiful people! Let's get straight to it. I want to talk to you about the review of the second semester of my Erasmus Mundus program. So if you're interested, if you're curious about how in reality the Erasmus Mundus looks like, then stay here with me and I will go straight into the details. I reviewed already the first semester of my studies, and here I will remind it, it's the European Social Work with Children and Youth. So if you are interested about the review of the first semester that happened in Lithuania, Vilnius at the Mykolo Romeris University, then you can find the link to the video. And now I will talk about the second semester that took place in Latvia in Riga. So I was studying at the university Riga Stradins University, RSU as a shortcut. The semester here was definitely more intense than the semester in Lithuania. However, and here I think I really want to be honest with anyone applying for the program, that wasn't the best. The semester here was not up to my expectations, was not what I expected. Maybe it's because I expected too much. Maybe it's because my expectations towards the course and towards the knowledge that we're gonna acquire were very different, too high perhaps, but they were definitely not fulfilled. So let's talk about it. And just as a small disclaimer, because I don't want any misunderstandings here, Erasmus Mundus is a great program that allows you to travel to all of these European countries for free, where you receive an amazing stipend and where you are able to share your time with amazing people. Yes, and I still really believe in that. However, and now let's get back to my semester. The quality of education, the quality of what we've been taught, at least at the university in Riga, was not okay. So let's start with the fact that I had 5 modules this semester. The first one was interactive methods working with youth and children. Another one was the social work management and leadership. The third one was social work with family. There was the whole module for the master thesis that we are supposed to write next year. And the last module was the cross-cultural mediation in social work. And yes, we had different professors for all of these courses. For some of them there were 2 professors. And yes, I think this is where all of the structure of the program and certain coherence ends. Because since then, everything that was happening was very messy, very unorganized. We received few schedules this year and they were all different. They were changing very, very often. We were asked to, actually not asked, we were required to be on time to any lecture. Never mind if we received the notification 1 day in advance or an hour in advance that the lecture is going to be changed, that the time is going to be changed, that the day is going to be changed. It sort of doesn't matter and we are supposed to be there anyway. So that is something that for me was already an issue in Lithuania. However, here in Riga, where we had to travel to the university, realizing that something is not happening when I'm on the bus, or that is happening because we received the email, but 4 hours later is not okay. And considering, yes, the multiculturality and this whole cross-cultural emphasis on this program, connecting to the lectures on time, considering different time zones, it should be something so obvious that I wouldn't be here talking about it now, but that was also a big issue. Having lectures online in 3 different time zones apparently is an issue. So timing and the messy schedule was definitely something that I did not appreciate, that I really struggled with, and here I'm literally talking about anxiety and I don't know, maybe my nervous system reacting to what's happening in a very intense way. Maybe I take it too personally, but I like to do my work. I like to be on time. I like to show up. But if something or someone is messing with that and is challenging me on every single step, then it's not okay. And of course, not to say that nothing happened on time. There was some part of it happening on time, but very, very, very small. So most of our lectures were postponed. They were removed from the calendar. The time was changed. Yeah, the day was changed. Anything. So yes, but let's keep the positive vibe of this video. So I really don't want to discourage anyone. It's just something to keep in mind. Maybe it's because we are the second cohort, everything is still new, so there is more struggle for organizing everything, and not everything is still so clear and obvious for the professors who are organizing the schedules. So yes, I'm not discouraging anyone, but just saying how it was in my case. Another thing that I would like to talk about, and this is something that I very much relate to what Lenka from the canal Chica Cheka was saying, since she's also an Erasmus Mundus graduate. And we had a short chat recently about our experience of the Erasmus Mundus, and this is something that we both agreed on, that the lack of feedback is something that happened to both of us, and that we don't really see the purpose of writing essays, assignments, if we don't receive any feedback for that. I mean, of course, I know that I'm doing that for myself and I'm gonna put an effort, but I would like to know if the direction that I'm going to is correct. And there was no feedback. So this is another thing that I mentioned already in the video about the first semester, that if you want to stay in academia, then you might struggle a bit with persisting, with staying in this academic mindset. Perhaps if your bachelor was very good, of the good quality, then the Erasmus Mundus, not all of the programs, but the program that I'm doing, there is a risk that it's gonna decrease your motivation and the mindset that you had back then. So staying in on the path of doing your PhD will be definitely much more difficult. Another aspect is that in one of the courses, and specifically social work management and leadership, there was an issue with the access to the Moodle. So yes, that lasted for the first month, for the second month, for the third month, and the issue was reported a few times. There was nothing done with it. Professors were uploading the material to their account on Moodle because they had the access. However, us, meaning the students, we did not. So there was no access to the materials from the course for the whole duration of the course. It was only by the end of it, when we had to write an essay, I was really struggling, and I texted the professor to give me the access to the materials, to send me them in PDF, because it was really impossible to create something without anything that we talked about, that was mentioned. And I really did not appreciate low grades. I mean, it's very rare that you get low grades in this course, but grades that were not satisfactory to me for that particular reason, that the access to Moodle was not possible and that we couldn't actually go through the material. So of course I'm not gonna create an amazing essay in 3 days after I actually received the material. So that was something that I really didn't like. And another aspect that I want to mention is something that I completely did not understand coming from Lancaster, from studying in England, is that there were no clear requirements for the courses. So for the whole semester it was like floating on the river, and I don't even know, playing this game of, okay, let's try this, let's try that. Maybe they will grade me for activities, and maybe I should be active. Maybe they will grade me for, I don't know, the clothes that I'm wearing. I mean, it's ridiculous that in the first class of the course we did not receive the requirements. Of course, that didn't happen for all of them. For a couple of modules we received clear requirements of what's gonna happen and of what's gonna be graded by the end of the semester. However, for the rest of them, there was absolutely no information. In one module, one professor disappeared completely after 3 weeks. Later on she explained to us why, but for the whole semester we did not have any information. Then there was another 2 professors leading one module that they did not have any clear idea of what the assignment is going to be and when it's gonna be and what format is it going to be in. So there were so many questions that no one knew answers for. And there was this another master thesis module that we had to present the presentations about what we're gonna write about, and that was also very unclear, at least for me. Technically it was supposed to be passed, not passed, but there were no criteria which were saying that, okay, if you do this and this, then you pass. If you don't do one of this or 2 of this, then you don't pass. Nothing like this. So basically everything was just playing by ear, seeing how it works. Very unorganized. But I don't know, maybe this is the system in other master's programs. This is my first master, so I don't know, but comparing that to my university in England, it was something that I would definitely not repeat and not recommend it to anyone else. And then actually by the end of the semester, when we actually received our grades, it was funny because I was very unhappy with one of the professors who did not give us any assignments, anything. She graded us for something that was absolutely not clear. And when I texted a few people, why is that so? Why did I receive this grade? Like, what's going on? Then up to this day I still didn't receive the reply from them. So the low responsivity rate is also something that is not cool, and I don't think that this is okay. I can understand not replying in the first week, okay, but then you are a professor and you have students, and I've been working as a teacher as well. Okay, I could reply late, very late, but I would still reply within a certain amount of time. So yes, that is something that was not appreciated by me either. Another part is the fact that the assignments, again the same as last semester, were easy. So it was to write one essay for each module, not each module, for 3 modules, so there were 3 essays, and well, it was from 2,000, or no, sorry, one essay was actually 1,500, then another one was 2,000 and 2,500 was the biggest one, if I remember that correctly. But yes, the essays were not so big. It was quite okay to write them. I mean, considering the amount of time that was given. Of course, I already talked about lack of the access to the materials for one of the essays, so this is not appreciated, but in general the assignments for this level, which is the master's level, are quite, well, relatively easy. But maybe getting back to this positive side of doing Erasmus Mundus and studying in all of the different places. We've been in Riga, and actually RSU, the university that I've been in, they offer free fitness classes. So it was possible to do yoga, to do fitness, to do I think it was like a whole body training, to go to the gym, and all of that for free. So that was actually very, very nice, and we were going with my roommate for some yoga lessons, which sometimes were happening indoors, sometimes outdoors when the weather got nice, and that was something that I really, really liked. It was an idea, well, it was a good place, environment to connect to other students as well, because they had a couple of lessons. One of them was for Latvians and another for international students. So it was a very nice place to talk to people, to connect, and to meet others. So yeah, that was a big plus. And another last aspect already is the fact that actually we had super amazing visits of two professors from the US. It was, if I remember correctly, Salem University in Massachusetts, and there was a wife that came to Latvia doing research on children that were adopted from the orphanages by the American families. And she's actually the case like that. She did that, and now she's doing research on this particular aspect in Riga. So her husband, he's a psychologist, a social worker as well, and he came to Riga to give us the lecture on traumas and addictions and the brain. And that was something that finally put this academic spirit back to me. I was so impressed by this whole lecture that lasted maybe 2.5 hours. The topic was very close to my heart, to my hobbies, so I really enjoyed listening, and not only listening, because it was actually interaction. It was such an interactive, amazing lecture when everyone could actually raise the voice, raise the hand and then speak up. It was wonderful, and this professor actually gave a couple more of lectures, not at our university but around the city, and that was something that really put this, yes, as I said, academic spirit, this mindset of being at the university actually and learning and being inspired and questioning your beliefs. It put it all back in my head. So this is something that I'm very grateful for. That was great. That was wonderful. Yes, I think that sums up the positive aspects of this semester at RSU. And if you're interested, then I recorded another video about how the university looks like. So I walk around it and I show you the university. So definitely check it out. And for today, that will be everything. I really hope I didn't discourage you from applying for this program, because for me, myself, it was a huge dream as well. And I don't think there would be anything that someone could say that would discourage me from applying and accepting the offer. So don't be discouraged. Just think about the fact of what I said. Just think about if you are ready to go through different struggles and a little bit of misorganization. If yes, then totally go for it. And I'll be saying bye to you for today. Subscribe to the video, like the video. As I said, it really helps the channel grow. And I'll see you here next week. Bye!